February 12th meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. Would you kindly rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a few public announcements, if we could, because of the impending snowstorm. Tomorrow, trash collection is put off one day, so if you are supposed to have your trash collected tomorrow, please don't put your barrels out, because if the snow plow hits them, it'll end up in Middleborough someplace, so we don't want that. Secondly, schools are closed tomorrow because of the impending weather. There is a vacancy on the Finance Committee. Anybody interested, kindly contact Town Moderator Sean Riley by calling his office at 878-2568, or by leaving your name and contact information with the town manager. Are there any other announcements? Oh, before you do that, I do have one. Recently, we've received a lot of complaints about a gentleman from Sunrun, and the town manager will be making further comment of this in his report, who has been going around town harassing people. He is an employee of Sunrun. He hasn't been around for a while, but we want to alert you that he does not have a license. He's in violation of the law. The town manager and the police chief have been working on it. Clearly, under Mass General Law, he would be susceptible to a $500 fine or 6 months in jail if a judge would ever do that. But the point being is that if anybody appears on your door asking to sell things, particularly in this point, solar energy, ask to see their license. If they fail to produce their license, you have every right to call the police department and go forward. The problem with him is he wasn't licensed, so he wasn't complying with the law, but he was being a complete pest. So the town manager will address that later. And any other selectmen have announcements?
I have one from the library. The Abington Public Library is pleased to announce that Abington Reads Back. One book, one town events like Abington Reads encourages the community to come together by reading and discussing the same book. Author, historian, teacher, and public speaker Stephen Paulo is our Abington Reads author this year. We will be reading and discussing The Canning, the assault that drove America to civil war, which deals with the aftermath of the 1856 assault on abolitionist Massachusetts Senator Charles Sumner by South Carolinian Representative Preston Brooks on the floor of the United States Senate. Mr. Paulo will deliver his keynote address in the library's Copeland Room on Thursday, March 14th at 7. All are welcome to join.
Anybody else?
No.
No? Kevin? I just want to make an announcement also. The Selectman Damasio is joining us by Zoom, and as a result of that, any votes we take will have to be taken by roll call vote. We do have a public hearing at 6:40. It's prior to 6:40, so I'm just going to move along on the agenda very quickly if I can. The minutes of December 11th, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of December 11th.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call vote. Mr. Damasio?
I wasn't present, so I'll abstain.
Okay. Ms. Justburg?
Yes.
Mr. Chapin?
Yep.
Chair votes yes. The minutes of January 8th, is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
I will
I'll
second.
second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call vote. Mr. Damasio?
Yes.
Mr. Justburg?
Yes.
Mr. Chapin?
Yes.
I vote yes. Those are approved. Request for appointment as a Conservation Commission Associate Member. We had 3 applications, one of which has withdrawn. Brian Benson has withdrawn. We have Justin Van Nest and Joshua Swayze. Are they here with us this evening, both? Why don't you both just come up briefly? We have your information, well, why don't you hold on a minute? Does anybody have any questions for them? Their information is pretty standard. They've listed their prior service to the town. They're interested in becoming an associate member of the Conservation Commission, which in and of itself is it's an advisory position. They have the ability to speak at the meetings. They don't have a vote. We can appoint as many as we desire. It gives them the opportunity to see how the Conservation Commission works, and when and if there is a vacancy, they can certainly be considered for that vacancy. So does anybody, a member of the board, have any questions of them?
I have no questions.
I have no questions.
Mr. Damasio?
No questions.
Okay, so then it'd be proper to, if somebody wants to make a motion to appoint Justin Van Est and Joshua Swayze as associate members of the Conservation Commission.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
A second.
Motion made and seconded, any discussion? If not, roll call, Mr. Damasio?
Yes.
Mr. Justburg?
Yes.
Mr. Chapin?
Yes.
I vote yes. I just wanted to announce that County Treasurer Thomas O'Brien had a previous matter come up for him today, so he can't join us this evening. He will be on the agenda for the next meeting. Congratulations to both of the associate members of the Conservation Commission. See that? So, Adam Gunn, our Veterans Agent, has also asked to have his matter postponed. We have already closed the warrant for the annual town meeting by a previous vote, so as far as that goes, we just make notice of the fact that the warrant is now closed. We have to readopt the fuel-efficient vehicle policy. This is something that was prior adopted by the board in 2017, and my understanding, it's a fuel-efficient vehicle policy that is required for the application of grants and so forth. Is there anything further you'd like to discuss on that?
Nope, it's just part of the Green Communities Act. We've received a lot of funding through that, and we want to keep our status as part of the green communities. And this is just reaffirming our position on, making sure that we go with fuel-efficient vehicles as we purchase new vehicles.
Okay, any discussion? If not, is there a motion to readopt the fuel-efficient vehicle policy?
I make a motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded by roll call vote. Mr. Damasio?
Yes.
Mr. Justburg?
Yes.
Mr. Chapin?
Yes.
I vote yes. Still a few more minutes. The town manager's report.
I got a lot of time now. So really just to give you an update on our FY25 budget, we are still facing some challenges, mostly due to accelerated costs in health insurance, utilities, a lot in waste hauling. So currently, we still have a deficit of about 1.2 million. We have reviewed all of the budget requests that were made on the town side so far. We've removed any requests for additional staffing or increased program, yet we still find ourselves with this deficit. We are working very closely with the school department, and we continue to work with them, and we're trimming where we can. Next week, we're going to get some better numbers on health insurance. We expect to get some better numbers on fuel costs. This will give us a better picture, and certainly by the time we meet on the 26th, we'll have a much better idea of what we're faced with. Additionally, as Chairman Donovan had said, we were dealing with this individual and receiving lots of complaints from this individual who does work for Sunrun. I did reach out to their Human Resources Department at corporate headquarters. I did request that they have him work in another municipality, not Whitman, but somewhere else, not Abington either, but I didn't want him going to my hometown. So we have not received any more complaints. We did get a lot of help from individuals, helping us to identify this, and the chief's been great on following up also. On another note, I'm currently conducting research on a 14-acre plot of land the town owns by Walmart on Brockton Ave. This land was originally in the custody of the school department, was transferred to the Board of Selectmen in 2015, and subsequently in 2017, 2018, 2 votes of town meeting declared, first one declared it surplus, second authorized the Board of Selectmen to dispose of it. So given all the talk lately, we've been trying to find some place for affordable housing. I think that we should maybe involve the Affordable Housing Trust in exploring the use of this land for perhaps a mixture of senior, affordable, and market rate housing. It's sort of a new concept, or a concept that's a multi-generational housing approach where we provide some entry-level housing, some senior living, and some affordable housing components. So it would deal with a lot of our needs in one. So with your blessing, I'll go on with the Affordable Housing Trust, look into it a little bit more, maybe get a plan together, and then bring it back to this board for approval before putting it out to bid, if we decide to go that route.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
Okay. The hour of 6:40 having arrived, we have a public hearing. I'll just read the hearing notice. The Board of Selectmen will hold a meeting on Monday, February 12, 2024, at 6:40 PM in the Town Hall, Carter Hearing Room, 500 Glenowitz Way, for request for an increase in the number of used cars from 6 vehicles for sale with a total of 8 spaces to 14 vehicles for sale with a total of 16 spaces for Class 2 license for Route 123 Auto Brokers Corporation, 308 Brockton Avenue, Sophia Munez Latif, manager. I would accept a motion to open the hearing.
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Damasio,
Yes.
Ms. Justburg,
Yes.
Mr. Chapin.
Yep.
And I vote yes, the hearing is open. Could you please come up to the podium? Just, have you got your, the green cards that you mailed out to the abutters?
Yes.
Okay, if you could just give that to the town manager, please. And we have your application in the plot plan. You're looking to increase from 6 to 14
I'll give them to Nancy.
vehicles for sale. The police department has indicated their approval, the treasurer has indicated the approval, building, health, and the state department of revenue has indicated that there is no issues. I went up there myself yesterday just to look at the spaces, and everything seems to be in order from that standpoint. Are there any questions from the board? Mr. Damasio, anybody?
No.
No questions.
Okay. If not, is there a motion to close the hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, roll call to close the hearing. Mr. Damasio,
Yes.
Mr. Justburg,
Yes.
Mr. Chapin.
Yep.
I vote yes, the hearing is closed. What's the pleasure of the board? To approve the increase in license?
I'll make a motion that we approve the increase in license.
Motion made to approve the increase in licenses from 6 to 14 vehicles for sale. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, by roll call, Mr. Damasio,
Yes.
Mr. Justburg,
Yes.
Mr. Chapin,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Congratulations, you're all set. Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Wasn't that tough?
We'll need a motion to enter into an executive session in accordance with Chapter 38, Section 21, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the public body, and the chair so declares, which I do, the board will not reconvene in open session. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
A second?
Motion made and seconded. Mr. Damasio,
Yes.
Mr. Justburg,
Yes.
Mr. Chapin,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Thank you and good evening.